Yeah. Yes, you're right. Yes.
So I don't think I have much to say because following those great speakers before, I have not much to say. But one thing that I want to add to what Ware said before me, I knew that young girl, I think 14, 15 years old, because I've been watching what's happening in the district over many, many years. And there was that little group that I heard some young girl created in the community that they call Bell TV. Yeah. I'm like, who are these girls? I need to know what are they up for, what they're trying to accomplish. And that's how I was able to meet Farah and some of her counterparts. And I fall in love with those girls. I was like, this is the role model for a young girl in high school stepping up to the plate and wanted to do something to stimulate the mind of other young girls to want to do something. To be a role model at 15. To tell young girl that there's better thing you can do with yourself.
Yep.
And think about the future. And at that time, I was like, wow. And I'm like, this girl going places. Mm-hmm. And since then, I continue watching the work that they were doing. And I remember I went to the military because I went to Iraq. So I was mobilized to go to Iraq because I was active, and then I went in the reserve. And when I came back from Iraq, I heard there was a concealment that makes some racist statement about Haitian. That was Kendall Stewart, I believe. Mm-hmm. He makes some statement about roaches and all this thing like that. And when I told school, so what did we do about it as a community? They say, there was some Haitian who went out there to apologize in the executive council on his behalf, to say he was a nice guy. I'm like, hold it here, nice guy, but he gave them funding to do some ESL classes, and he used to give T-shirt on Asian Flag Day. He used to fund T-shirt for Asian Flag Days, and he did the Asian Flag Days in City Hall. So that gave him the right to be talking bad about Haitian. I'm like, that is not acceptable. I remember there was a Haitian Flag Day when Matthew was first elected, and I went to the city council, and Matthew was newly elected. Patrick Gaspard was in the White House, and I tell Patrick it will be good that we have a statement from the president about Haitian Flag Days. Patrick said, just hold on. And a few minutes later, I received an email from him that with an attachment from President Obama honoring Haitian Flag Days. So I tell Matthew, this is your chance to look good, to take the mic, to go and read that statement. So Kendall went in, Matthew was nearing there, he said, let's go in the back to point out that memo from the president. So they went out there. When he came back, he shook my hand. I shake his hand. I said, Councilman, you got an election next year. I just want you to know that this is the last time you sit as a council member in that specific district. And Matthew was like, why you trying to embarrass me with my co-worker? I say, I tell him some kind words.
Yeah.
And then that's how I met with Jumani, a young activist who was doing work, and I tell him, you need to run against this guy. And I remember I went in front of Cafe Omar with Jumani, and we organized some people to come and protest in front of Cafe Omar. And then I invited Jumani to the union for an interview. The union was like, how are we going to beat him? He's an incumbent. I say, incumbent, Mike. Mm-hmm. I will be on the ground working day and night if we used to get rid of that guy. And then that's how we got Jumani elected. We also get in the Working Family Party, supporting at that time. We used to have a good relationship with the Working Family Party. So I'm giving you that little history here because sometimes that that we need to hold elected officials accountable.
Yeah.
And those who work hard, we need to acknowledge their work and we need to support their work. So standing by Farah was easy thing for me to do. Standing by Rita Joseph, that was easy for me to do. Because I have watched these people over the years, in and out, doing work. So that's what it's all about, folks. Building a community requires a lot of little pieces to put together. Some people may say that Farah been there 2 years, what did she do? Sometimes you need partnership. You need people to work side by side. You may have the best intention, but you need the team to work with you to make it happen. So now that you know that there is a new cadre of young people elected that will be standing with Farah, and let me tell you, I see leadership here.
That's right. Yep. Yeah.
I see a future speaker here.
Yeah. Woo!
Probably I may see a majority leader this year. But the thing is, there are the potential. We may be in the room with the future mayor of New York City.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't like to look at things on a closed space. I like to look further down.
Right.
And I see the potential. And then for those of you who come here, I have to tell you that in the ocean of love, there are many ships, but there is no ship greater than our friendship. Thank you.
Yeah.